Hey there, cats and kitties. I am the Blues Man, Johnny Blues, and with this video, I'll be discussing my thoughts on episode 5 of the anime series Kantai Collection, KanColle. And I gotta say, I thoroughly enjoyed this particular episode. It really felt like the show had gotten back to form with just a clever mesh of comedic circumstances and hilarity, a little bit of drama peppered in there for good measure, and of course, a great action sequence toward the end of the episode. And it all has to do with sort of relocation. The Admiralty has passed down this order of disbanding all of the various, squadrons and units and such like that as they stand now, really throwing a wrench in the works of the status quo as these girls have gotten used to it. And after this great sort of not tugging at the heartstrings necessarily, but just a great poignant moment of these girls of Torpedo Squadron 3 saying their goodbyes. Everybody's there for the picking. You basically have Fubuki and Motsuki being there first, then Yudachi shows up, Sendai and her sisters, and they all basically say their goodbyes and that hopefully they'll see each other in training and such like that yet to come. But they also all promise that wherever they're moving on to, they're going to try their best. They're going to, as the torpedo girls that they are, they're going to, hold true to that side of themselves and put their best foot forward. So we basically see that Fubuki has now been assigned to this Mobile Unit 5, and I think it's hilarious, Episode 5, Mobile Unit 5, and much as some people had speculated, Kaga has been debuted in the series full force, she's very much not getting along with any of the other girls. It seems like all of the girls of Mobile Unit 5 aren't going to be getting along. You basically have Kongo is going to be part of this group, Kaga, as I say, Zuikaku, Oichi, and Kitakami. And of course, Oichi and Kitakami, they're kind of in a little relationship, romantic or otherwise, so they don't want anything to do with anybody outside of their little group. And of course, Zuikaku and Kaga are really butting heads. You'd think Kongo would end up being sort of the, prime picking for a leader to a point, but of course, as they figure out, they have to pick a flagship for this unit. And all of these girls, except Fubuki, have a go at it. It's not until toward the end of the episode, that action sequence I mentioned, where we basically have an abyssal fleet, making a move, and you have to have these girls go out and deal with them. Fubuki finally, she's really come into her own as a character, really found her footing, and she's kind of doing this impromptu, issuing orders right in the heat of battle, in the midst of battle. And that's what wins the day, effectively, wins this particular battle. And once everything's said and done, they rightfully, I think, decide to have Fubuki be the leader. It was kind of, something you could have seen coming, arguably, because none of these girls are going to get together. And Fubuki is the main character of this particular series. So it's arguable that you could have probably henpecked from the beginning Fubuki was going to be the one walking away with the flagship title. But I just thought it was paced well, and I thought it was, they didn't leave you hanging too long in between those bouts of them, testing their strength and seeing who would be a good flagship for this particular unit. And it was just a really enjoyable episode. I like the fact that we're going to be following these girls probably from now on, and hopefully we'll still see, Mutsuki and Yudachi and such like that showing up. But there's not really much else to say on this episode. It was a blast to watch. I really liked the character interactions, the interplay of them not getting along, and of course toward the end you have this great sort of little poignant moment once again where Kaga has made this sort of towel origami piece that Zuikaku's really, she likes it, but she thinks Fubuki made it at first because basically she was given it by Kaga. And that's sort of the bridge between the relationship that Fubuki decides to utilize toward the end. Comedically, you hear Kaga saying, oh, you're sitting too close to me and everything like that. But Fubuki has used this as a means of trying to bring some common ground between the girls who are not otherwise going to be getting along. And it's going to be interesting to see if this follows through to the next episode and whatever missions follow from here on. If they're going to keep, sort of the ties between these girls, sort of troublesome and argumentative, adversarial, perchance, or if everything's going to be sort of, they're all going to be working under one banner successfully and listening to Fubuki from then on. It's going to be interesting to see because, of course, the last couple of episodes, they've really sort of tripped up the story a little bit here and there and done some unexpected things, and so you're never sure. Is the status quo the next episode going to be these girls are all working fine together, or is this argumentative nature still going to continue for the hilarity that will ensue as it does? And So yeah, otherwise, another great episode, as I say. I really enjoyed it. I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments below what you thought of episode 5 of Kantai Collection, KanColle, if you've seen it. And yeah, otherwise, I hope this video finds you well, and I'll catch you all later. Peace.